Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest number one there's ever been.
The mighty Gianluigi Buffon. Yeah, he might get my vote too, Peter. When you consider his consistency at the highest level. Okay, he may not be as skillful with the ball at his feet as some of the younger contenders, but you certainly wouldn't want him lining up for the opposition. What a goalkeeper.
He won't be happy with that one. And here's Suarez. That pass has been well intercepted. Looking to play him in. Robertson. He is through here. Cross to the back post. Only partially clear. Ribery. And Del Piero. And it's Lam. Lam powering forward here. Couldn't squeeze it through. Del Piero.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Mateus. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Brilliantly cut out. Ribery. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Luis Suarez gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Robertson. Here comes the corner. And we have our very first corner. He's got goal! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Up he goes! And yes, it's there! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
And here's Osimhen. Midfield. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Now it's Xabi Alonso. Rijkaard. So what can they make of this?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's got away. Midfield. And we've reached half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And we are back underway.
Colorado Springs are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his halftime team talk.
Zico is someone with real dynamite in his boots. And it's Zico. Borussia Dortmund looking to pass their way through. Tries a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And again they hit the front. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Borussia Dortmund go into the lead. And that is a little undercooked. Quality ball. And here's Del Piero.
Colorado Springs really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Out to the right.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Luis Suarez. Out of play for a goal kick. We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. Midfield. And that's been slipped through. Messi. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And that's really well manoeuvred. Mateus. Knocks it into space.
Borussia Dortmund surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Del Piero. Can he get it through? Neymar is in a really good position out wide. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Maldini makes the interception. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he's had a hit! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Borussia Dortmund have their second corner now.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Now it's Messi. And this is Bale. Bale! Otto gets it away. And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's away we go then. Well, here's a guy who's come as close as you can to perfecting the game, though his demeanour could barely be more modest. He really is every bit the anti-Galactico.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think that he's one of the great all-time midfielders until you actually see what he does on the pitch. Royalty.
Andres Iniesta. Few do it better than him. Some say nobody has done it better than him. And we have our very first corner. Up he goes! And it's a goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Borussia Dortmund are already... Right there is! It's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
Borussia Dortmund grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after score.
Big header! Oh, he's hit the bar! Lahm picked out brilliantly. That's tidy. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Messi. Cruyff. Great ball, and he's in here. Can he finish? Goal! Botafogo! And they've got their lead back. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? No, he's had it taken off him. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Quality ball. Adriano might just make this. And it's Cruyff. This looks promising. Costa Curta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That has been slung wide.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Spread out to the left. Now it's Iniesta. He has found the way through. Luis Suarez. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Maldini. Suarez stood his ground strongly. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Lahm did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Suarez.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Cruyff. He's picked his way through. Mateus. He won't be happy with that one. Xavi Alonso. Midfield. And there is the half-time whistle. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Botafogo are leading. Shot a goal! He has done it! And this is getting better and better. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Botafogo take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
And he was quick to react. Thuram. Chance here to counter. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Costa Curta. Neymar is wide and looking to get onto this. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Borussia Dortmund clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Iniesta. Messi. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. It's Luis Suarez! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Belletti. Now that's well seen too. Just about up to 75 minutes. Vieira gets a foot in here. Luis Suarez! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, at least they're showing some positive intent now, Peter. That's the sort of urgency that's required when you do go behind.
This their second corner of the game. Maldini getting this one clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Can he get on the end of this? Bergomi gets across to intercept that. Now then, the ball's come loose. And it's Iniesta. Mateus. And he's in on goal. No. And he shoots! And he hits the net. Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part. And we've just seen an example.
Oh, what has happened here? And the finish! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Costa Curta. Neymar. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. No, that's been intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's got away. Big chance! No mistake! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just...
And that is that. It's a super show all round. Both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running. When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first-class package.
It's everything you want. And it's with the keeper. Cruyff proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And reclaimed it in a trice. And here's Cruyff. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. It's Adriano! It's loose now. Oh, he's been caught napping. Now the cross. And he's there to get it away. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Plays a sharp little ball here. And he's forced to go back. No goals as yet. Vieira. Botafogo looking to... Adriano! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Adriano actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Botafogo with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been knocked clear. Nedved will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And Messi! And he comes up trumps again.
Messi really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
It's their second corner of the game. Keeper has taken decisive action. He's had a shot! And the counter is on. That's been cut out, well played. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. He's through here. Oh, goes for a shot! And it's a goal!
That couldn't have been a more potent injection of belief for this team. Top man, top drawer.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Botafogo have taken the lead.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Has a look up and drives it forward. And the first 45 minutes are up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that and still very much in this game.
Botafogo leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're underway again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Now it's Messi. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Messi. And he's had it nicked away. Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Owen. Xavi Alonso. And here's Del Piero. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Adriano. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the passers lacked pace.
And he's straight offside. The message is clear, none shall pass. Botafogo just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Owen looks to get on the end of this. He's on it, can he get away?
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Adriano. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of the law. He's got to go.
Bale is behind this one, so a genuine chance to increase the lead. Bale! Glorious! A finish of true class! And this is getting better and better. Oh, that is a bit special.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
And it didn't take him long. He's having a shot! Fernandez.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Owen, and this is Neymar. And here's Owen.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Bangladesh clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
That's a pretty loose pass. And it's Ribery. Oh, it's a promising build-up. There's plenty of really nice passing. Mateus. Owen. Oh, no joy this time. Thuram. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Fernandez. Now it's Ribery. And that will be it. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And the finish! Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
So the game's for... Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Messi ready to try one. And this is a great chance to get themselves back square. Messi! Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Robertson proves just a little bit too strong. He's under a lot of pressure there. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Spread it left. Robertson got a long way forward to join the attack. It's a promising position. Robertson, nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Cruyff, and he plays one through. He's onside! Baresi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Cruyff. And we have our very first corner. Kubo gets it away. And it's Nedved. Norway are looking to go forward now. And this is Cruyff.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And he's picked it up out wide. Botafogo do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, okay, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Cruyff, great vision. Kubo can see things others simply cannot. He's got away.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Goes down, but nothing given. And there's the end of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And we are back underway.
Botafogo really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Cruyff. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Cruyff, and they can counter here. Norway are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. And it's Olmo.
Oh, really well played.
Danny Olmo going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, this is intriguing.
Ball driven towards the far post.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Tries to pass it through.
Botafogo really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And this is Neymar. Neymar! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And no, he's seen through all of that. And that's put paid to a promising move. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Half an hour gone in the second half. That is good alertness.
Norway clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Oh, easy pickings there. Ribery. Ribery. Pato. Oh, some tackle that. Pato unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Good read, needed to be. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Rafinha. Well, that is one way to stop him. Dani Olmo. And here's Pato. Dani Olmo. Ribery. And he was alert to it. That's that, the end. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No short... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're up and running.
I suppose if you're playing in an attacking position in this team, then having a craftsman like Rui Costa beside you is a dream.
He's in most people's lists of great number 10s.
I'm going to go along with that too.
And that is out of play. Lobbed in behind. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Mbappe. That's a little off target. Rui Costa. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Midfield. And it's Ribery. That's a pretty loose pass. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cruyff quietly revving up. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Cruyff. He can run onto that. Shapes to shoot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Cruyff plays it short. Backward it goes. And it's Rui Costa. Botafogo are looking to go forward now. Looking to play him in. Lahm picks it up out wide. Chance! Oh, should really have made more of that.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Cruyff. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Lahm is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Mbappe. And this is Shevchenko. He might be in here. Shevchenko! And he has kept it out somehow.
Shevchenko clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. Cruyff goes short. Swept in. That's going to go a long way. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Cruyff really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help.
That could spell trouble. Xavi Alonso. Ribery. He is through here. Swings in across. That's a decent clearance. And we hit half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here. 0-0 at the break. And we're off again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Mateus gets over and intercepts. And it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. It is a fair distance from goal. I'm not sure if he'll have a go. Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi!
Oh, that was magnificent. What a way to stamp your ability on a game. Not necessarily pivotal, but it has most definitely shifted momentum.
A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Botafogo have broken through. It's 1-0.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Pass somewhat off target. Cruyff has a shot! Oh, that's a waste.
Cruyff probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Now it's Mbappe. Best. Goes for a shot! He has done it! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And here's Del Piero. Ribéry. Botafogo still have the cards to affect this game. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Cruyff. That's a sharp pass. Messi. And Messi! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. This might spell danger. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, good-looking ball.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Schlotterbeck gets across to intercept that. Cruyff. Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And the through ball. Collar. And he's lost his man here. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now. Decent attempt, that. Just a little mistimed.
Dani Olmo. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. He saw the danger and he went crashing in. And he's quick to get it clear again. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A good watch, more than a good watch, actually. Certainly from a... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Chouameni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling. I noticed he's surprisingly good at progressing play when on the ball too. Keep watching him.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. And he's picked it up out wide. He has found the way through. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Adriano. It's Adriano! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Rummenigge. Now it's Pelé. Pelé unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff going face to face with his great rival. Caught offside that time. Nedved conjures time and space where few can. And it's Cruyff. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Rummenigge. Forlan. Botafogo are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Luis Suarez. Now it's Nedved. Fired deep. He rises! Goal! Botafogo! And Botafogo are in front. Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
Botafogo have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Cruyff. Botafogo are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Looking for the run, and this is Luis Suarez. Now that looks a decent ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Adriano looking to add to his goal.
Botafogo can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Oh, that's there's the shot! It's bounced back off the post. Sticks it away! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And that has added a whole new... And that'll be the last act of the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So we're into the second 45. Pele, always looking for that half a chance. He's going for goal! Oh, it's come off the upright. Botafogo, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
And he was alert to it. That's going to go a long way. And it's Forlan. Has a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Indonesia appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Nedved, who's set up one goal so far. Del Piero. Ribéry. It'll be a throw-in. Deflected behind for a corner kick. And we have our very first corner.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Looking to play him in. Now it's Kante. Pele. Oh, that's nice. Pele! And somehow he managed to miss it.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Oh, smashing header! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary.
Indonesia really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Well read, nice interception. And it's Ribery. That ball looks a good one. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Ribery crosses it in. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Now it's Mbappe. He's found a way through. Judge, surely! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that.
And we're done. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner down there, Peter, we can't ignore Gabriel Batistuta, or Batigol, as he's become known.
Nobody would ignore him.
He has all the attributes, Peter, and the list is too long for me to mention them now. I'll settle on lethal.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And this is Del Piero. Well timed, excellent interception. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, well measured. Luis Suarez! Oh, it's a beauty! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Del Piero. He's shifting through the gears here. Look at the space. And Messi! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Has another go! That's a pretty loose pass. He's gone for goal! There is the genius of Luis Suarez! He's got himself an absolute peach. And they're at it again in double quick time. You just know there is no stopping that.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
And yes, it's him again. So that's two now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Nedved. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Can he finish?
Suarez just dropped the shoulder to engineer the feint. Now he'll have to shoulder the blame.
Belletti. And that's another good win of the ball. Oh, played through for the wide man. Del Piero. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Now it's Messi. And this is Luis Suarez. Ambrosini. And it's Grealish. Looking for the run. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Can he finish? It's Eddie. Oh, he's been... And it's come back out to him. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
He rises! It's in! With half-time at hand! Perfect timing! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think...
Oh, what a mistake! Now then, the ball's come loose. To Batistuta. He's having a shot! They've scored! Barcelona are back in business. There was to be only one outcome.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, this is to be expected.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. So we're into the second 45. Stojkovic. Now it's Messi. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that is a little undercooked. Guti. And here's Messi. That is good strength. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Passing is crisp and sharp. And he's quick to get it clear again. Taken back almost at once. And it's Messi. Passes short and sharp. And that is out of play. Hit into the middle. Albert Ferrer attempts a clearance. Dani Olmo can see things others simply cannot. Messi. He is just decent chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. He'll try to keep this alive. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Mateus! Same again, same outcome.
Colorado Springs really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Corner number 2 then. And he's managed to get rid. And it's Valverde. Vieira. And it's Thuram. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Batistuta. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Oh, important interception. Caught offside that time. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
That has ended up in no man's land. Adriano. Cruyff.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Turam. And it's Olmo. Oh, played right into his path.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain...
And the shot! Oh, no, that could be a costly miss.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Barcelona have their second corner now. Chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Barcelona have their third corner. That's a decent clearance. Takes the shot! All hands on deck for this one. And that should get the job done. Looking to go deep. Batistuta! And that has been clubbed away. McAllister. McAllister.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Cruyff. Now it's Cruyff. Can he get it through? Oh, no joy this time. Hazard might just make this. Now it's Eze. And that's really well manoeuvred. Schmeichel clears. And time is up. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And we're underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone...
Can he finish? It's bounced back off the post. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, he's found support out wide. He has found the way through. Park Ji-sung. Now it's Yamal. Nesta gets over and intercepts. Xavi Alonso. Yamal. And it's Del Piero. Del Piero. No outsmarting him this time. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He's found a way through. Messi! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Messi is offering a wry smile there.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Can he get on the end of this? Picked out and Del Piero! Alessandro Del Piero, another ice-cool goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Looking for the run, and he plays one through. He's shifting through the gears here. Messi! It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Saliba. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Belletti. He is through here! And he's had it nicked away. Bergomi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And that'll be the final action of the first half. How would you review the first half?
Colorado Springs clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
A half of massive entertainment and excitement. A two-goal margin, yes, but all things still possible. And the game has already resumed here. And Del Piero! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
And this is Del Piero. Nedved. Oh, such a clever touch. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Vinicius Junior, Vieri. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Threads one in. And it's Park Ji-sung. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Vieira. And Del Piero. And that is a little undercooked. Xavi Simons. Now, can they get him away? It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Park Ji-sung. Simons! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Barcelona really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Oh, the ball's gone astray. And smartly reclaimed. Defending was strong and firm. Oh, it looks a good ball through. Yamal. And it's Park Ji-sung. Vieri. Xavi Alonso. Oh, that's a key interception. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Vinicius Junior. And that could well leave a mark. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Oh, the keepers these days have done their homework. And that's one back. Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Barcelona give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Vieira. Adams producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Great vision. And that will be the final act. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And already we're underway here. Midfield! Decent enough try.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Del Piero. Oh, sweet feet. Goes for a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Del Piero really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Serginho goes on a run down the left wing. Tries to pass it through. Gives it back. Now, can they get him away? Nice looking ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Still goalless at the moment. Raul. And it's Eze. Inter Milan looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they...
And Del Piero! And again the keeper stands strong.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
McAllister is always looking to break lines. Lovely pass, but can he shoot? Goal! Inter! So smooth. A signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And here's Eze. Eze!
He did so well to create the room to get the shot away. Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
That's good vision. Chouameni kept his eye on it, and he's there. Howson. Eze. Eze is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. He's having a go! Sticks it away! And they're at it again in double quick time. Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Colorado Springs really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
And we're underway again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Cruyff. Now it's Bale. It's Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! About as smooth as it gets. The second half off to a spectacular start. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must...
Takes the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Nedved actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
He's found a way through. Shapes to shoot! And that is wildly off target.
Bale probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. And it's Bale. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And the finish! He scored! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Inter Milan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Xabi Alonso delivers. McAllister gets good distance on it. Serginho. He has found the way through. Ah, such a clever touch. Thinks about the shot. Terrific header. Cleared without hesitation. Cruyff. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, that's delightful. Pato. And he's in on goal. And the shot! They've scored! Late drama, late goal. This will be one frantic ending. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
We have got ourselves a game here. Looking to play him in. Floated through. And this is Pato. Pacho. Can he finish? He has done it! They have stolen level at the last! It is against him, little. And the referee brings it to a close. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm?
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Oh, that is a good ball to find him. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba.
And Batistuta! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Batistuta clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Palestine with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. Corner number 2, then. Neymar! Maldini is there, and he can get that clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, they can break here. Tries to pass it through. Chance for a shot! They would have been. And the keeper couldn't hold it. Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Quality ball. Chiellini kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Luis Suarez. And this is Adriano! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, what a climb! No, not the best of headers. Stood up well to him there. Vieira. Out to the right. Oh, super ball. It's Nedved!
Nedved really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Nedved. Pedri.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Looking to play him in. And here's Ribéry. Ribéry stood his ground strongly. That's a lovely, neat pass. Tries to play it through. Well read, nice interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And the half-time whistle goes. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And we are already promptly back underway.
Colorado Springs have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Corner number 3 coming up. And that has been cleared. And now they can spring out of... And he's let fly! And that will sail harmlessly past.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Pinches it off him. Adriano is onto this. Adriano! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
He's had it nicked away. Luis Suarez. Pedri. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. And it's Pedri. Pedri was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, easy pickings there. And this is Adriano. Pedri. Beckenbauer. And it's Pedri. This looks promising. Goes down, but nothing given. Bergomi. And this is Ribery. That is good alertness. Now it's Mbappe. Vieira. Ambitious ball here. No, he's just misjudged that one.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation.
There's the shot! Oh, glorious batty goal! A finish of true class! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Palestine are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Palestine have fired themselves in front.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
Great vision. Time is running out here.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
And here's Donatoni. Neymar.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Guti. Decent chance! He's got a goal! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
All square. And that will be the final act. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started. Now it's Del Piero. And here's Griezmann. Rice does really well to win the ball there. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
This guy, Declan Rice, is a player I really rate. With him, you get exactly what it says on the box. A workhorse defensive midfielder who likes to stay in the deeper part of midfield, knowing his primary job is to make sure he shuts down any build-up play in that area.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. That's been cut out, well played. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Just eases him off the ball. Batistuta was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. He's picked his way through. That's going to go a long way. Knocks it into space. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And here's Cruyff. Cruyff! And the ball's come loose here. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. And that should get the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, that's a key interception. It's run loose here. Nedved conjures time and space where few can. 30 minutes gone. And no, that was never going to make it. A probing pass. White tries to clear. Tries to pass it through. And this is Griezmann. It's Griezmann! Goal! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
That's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Played into space. Oh, this is a great position. Cruyff! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. And now a sudden chance to counter. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. The final seconds now. Now it's Griezmann. Del Piero shoots! And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. Here we go again then. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Xavi Alonso. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. And the shot! It's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Aimed beyond the defence. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
He's being urged to shoot. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Great ball if he can get there. Bergomi. Vieira.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one... And Cruyff! Denied by an instinctive save.
Cruyff actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
So, third corner of the game. That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. That's just playing it safe and simple. Colorado Springs clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic...
Oh, what has happened here? Takes a shot! It's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to...
Big chance! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Guti.
Colorado Springs really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And that has been cut short. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Valverde. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Colorado Springs